Up to $2 billion in client money missing in the crypto giant FTX collapse. And this is beyond crazy. So, at least $1 billion of customer funds and possibly as much as $2 billion have gone missing in the shocking implosion of the cryptocurrency exchange FTX, according to reports. FTX's flamboyant founder, Sam Bankman Fried, known in the industry as SBF, secretly funneled $10 billion of customer funds into his trading company, Alameda Research, sources told two media outlets. Alameda Research is run by Bankman Fried's girlfriend, Caroline Ellison. Two senior FTX officials claimed they saw the evidence that the money was missing in copies of financial records, and Bankman Fried shared with the company executives last week, according to Reuters. At least 473 million of the missing money might have been hacked or stolen, FTX claimed early Saturday. There are initial indications that 473 million in crypto assets were stolen from FTX late last night, the crypto research firm Elliptic said in a blog post. Ryan Miller, an FTX attorney, backed that assertion up on Twitter, asserting that there had been unauthorized transactions. The company was looking into abnormalities, he added. Investigating abnormalities with wallet movements related to consolidation of FTX balances across exchanges, unclear facts as other movements not clear. We'll share more info as soon as we have it, Miller tweeted. And he followed up with another tweet meant to reassure horrified FTX customers. Following the Chapter 11 bankruptcy filings, FTX US and FTX.com initiated precautionary steps to move all digital assets to cold storage, Miller tweeted. Process was expedited this evening to mitigate damage upon observing unauthorized transactions. SurePow, one Twitter user with the handle Zcashmoney, tweeted in response, one of the many online who were skeptical about Miller's claim that the funds were partly hacked. Here's the thing. What I personally believe, I think Sam Bankman Fried and probably his girlfriend are going to leave the country, leave into basically either a non extradition country with hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars that they have access to and basically live a somewhat not mainstream life, right? Because it wouldn't be hard for someone with this type of money to flee the country and live in a country that would allow them to have a lot of opportunities. And on Friday, Bankman Fried stepped down from his CEO position as the Bahamas based FTX filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy after scrambling to shore up an $8 billion liquidity crisis that has left investors unable to claim their funds. And at the same time, Miami-Dade County and NBA's Miami Heat abruptly announced Friday they are renaming the FTX Arena and ending their relationship with the ruined company and disgraced founder. Miami-Dade County and the Miami Heat are immediately taking action to terminate our business relationships with FTX, and we will be working together to find a new naming rights partner for the arena, the county and team wrote in a joint statement. A bid to save FTX via a rescue deal with rival exchange Binance didn't work out, leading to crypto's highest profile collapse in recent years. In text messages to Reuters, Bankman Fried, one of the largest donors to the Democratic Party, said he disagreed with the characterization of the $10 billion transfer. But here's the thing. This is an individual that felt like that he could pretty much get away with anything, probably viewed himself as like a genius, and has now basically pulled off one of the biggest scams in the world and screwed so many people. Because the scary thing about this is that there was probably a lot of people who put their life savings into FTX, right? That literally had their life savings sitting in FTX or their crypto that maybe they got lucky with, made millions of dollars, they stuck it in there, lost everything, right? Like, this is a very scary situation for a lot of people. And this is why whenever you put your money into like investments, you have to be smart about it, right? So what I mean by that, this is all dealing with cryptocurrency. And the thing with cryptocurrency, if you ever want to get involved with cryptocurrency, you have to be willing to basically lose all the money in that crypto sector because there's no regulation really, right? Like if you want to get into Bitcoin, Litecoin, Monero, whatever, right, Doge, right? Only get involved in it if you are personally holding the crypto or you are perfectly okay with losing your investment. One of those two, right? Otherwise, don't get involved into cryptocurrency at all. But in terms of like investments in general, there's always some risk, but it makes far more sense to get into investments like real estate or buying a business or investing in your own business if you have your own business or into the stock market because there's a lot of regulations regarding the stock market and a lot of stock brokerages have to follow certain rules to even be able to sell stocks, right? That's why, like, for example, let's take Robinhood for an example. Robinhood doesn't just sell crypto, they do stocks. They are involved in banking, okay? They are involved with potentially promoting like providing loans to people as well. Like there's a lot of regulation stuff that they got to like actually follow and they have different types of insurance to protect some of their customers to a certain extent, right? Whether people like Robinhood or not, they have to fulfill those obligations to actually be able to operate the way that they're operating. Same thing with like a brokerage like E-Trade, right? There's some sort of insurance, there's some sort of protection, there's some sort of regulations that they actually have to follow along with. That's why people need to be really careful where they put their money in. Because this is also one of the reasons why I never, ever really want anyone to just allow like a financial advisor to manage their money, right? Like, no, you could pay a financial advisor to teach you about investing your money, but you need to have your hands on where your money is going, where it is located, and what is happening to it because no one cares about your money more than you. Period. End of story. And that's what people really need to understand about money, investments, personal finance. The only person that cares the most about your financial situation is you. And for example, like we really want people to get out of debt, but the reality is that's not going to happen unless you really care about it, you know? He also says we didn't secretly transfer, he said. We had confusing internal labeling and misread it, he added, without elaborating. Question was Bankman Fried's response when asked about the missing cash. Okay, so let's see some of these comments. This shouldn't be surprising to anyone. You want to invest in real estate or a stock market portfolio, real products with real returns. This person says, I wish I was smart enough to steal billions, lol. By the way, for those that end up stumbling upon this CEO, right, this scammer, quite literally talked favorably about Ponzi schemes, okay? And he basically described how it is very easy for him to basically make money by engaging into Ponzi schemes. Straight up. Clients are out more than 2 billion. It's just that 2 billion is missing and is with him on the plane to Argentina. I don't think he's going to go to someplace like Argentina. If anything, he's probably going to go to, I don't know, maybe like Thailand or something. Crypto is a scam, ha ha ha. Been saying it from day one. Suckers, LOL. Bah, what's this? The third exchange to scam people now? Ha 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 ha. Yeah, here's the thing. I actually like the idea of crypto, right? I have some Bitcoin, I have some Litecoin, I even have some Doge, I have some crypto and other things, right? Just for fun, right? But here's the thing, I still like it. I like the concept of crypto, right? I like the concept of, like, a stable coin based off the US dollar, right? Because it just makes transferring money, buying, selling stuff very easily. Like, for example, if you had like a best friend that needed surgery and they lived in like another country, right? You could quickly just transfer the money to basically save their life if you needed to instantaneously without any hassles, right? Whereas if you were to do that with like a traditional bank or something like that, might be prevented. They won't really be able to get the money, potentially, all this sort of stuff, and then they just die, right? Like, that's like an extreme example, but that's just to show you like how quickly and the ease of transferability by using something like a stable coin or something like that. And with Bitcoin, I like Bitcoin simply because, to me, it seems like just a better option to put money in than gold. And like, gold is just quite literally crap, right? I don't understand why anyone would actually put their money into precious metals, like, at all. Period. Right? I don't know. It's just so sad. It's really sad to see people completely get destroyed financially. Like, the amount of people that have lost their money must be immense. First rule of investing: if you don't understand what the company does, don't invest. And a large portion of these kind of investors have no idea how cybercurrency works. They're just chasing fast profits. Doug, they weren't investing in FTX, they were using FTX to trade crypto. It is similar to someone having money in TD Ameritrade and suddenly TD goes bankrupt and all your money in traded stocks like Amazon is not accessible. Yeah. Wait, so an utterly unregulated currency concocted by a bunch of basement dwellers, hyped by the already wealthy, and not accepted at 99% of places as an exchange for goods and services turns out to be a bad investment. You're kidding. Nobody could have seen that coming. Now, I think the biggest issue with this whole situation isn't necessarily a crypto exchange, right? Personally, I don't think there's anything wrong with there being a crypto exchange. But the main issue is that, one, the CEO was just simply not ethical, right? I mean, you can't be transferring client funds like the way that he did. Two, if you want to be a crypto exchange, you should open up your business to some sort of regulation to make the customers feel better, right? For example, if you were to do some sort of regulation in the terms of, like, for every customer, your account balance, right, would be insured up to like 10,000, 20,000, $50,000. Okay, fair enough, right? Like, something to basically allow there to be some sort of insurance to the customers. Like, okay, if worst comes to worst, at least something will end up being protected. Something, right? Because at this point, like, you can't really rely on any of these crypto exchanges anymore, right? Now, if you stumble upon this and you're like involved with like something like Coinbase, even the Coinbase CEO openly basically admitted like, hey, if we go bankrupt or whatever, you could also lose your crypto in there, right? So this is the thing that people need to understand. What I would do, I would use these crypto exchanges to basically trade crypto and then immediately pull my money out and put it into a hardware wallet so that basically the person that actually holds on to your money is literally you and no one else, right? Because this is the thing. There's been so many examples of these crypto exchanges completely destroying people that you gotta like take a step back and like, wait a minute. Since there's really no regulation, because it is so easy to steal all the money in here, maybe I shouldn't put the majority of my net worth into this sort of thing and just stick it there. Let's see. This is precisely why you don't invest in crypto. If you're going to invest in anything even remotely close to crypto, invest in blockchain, which is the underlying technology that has other applications. Well, here's the thing. There's nothing wrong with actually investing your money into crypto, but don't rely on these exchanges to actually protect the money, the coins or whatever that you are holding on to, right? Because here's the thing. Even if you were to, like, let's just put it like this. Say you were to buy like 1,000 coins of, I don't know, Bob coin, whatever. Like, I'm just making that up, right? But Bob coins, right? You got 1,000 coins of Bob coin. Well, if that goes, like, if the perceived value of that coin goes to zero, you still technically have 1,000 Bob coins, right? You still have the purpose of what you actually bought it for, which is to have the coins. The problem is, if you keep those coins on these exchanges that have no insurance, no protection, no guarantee to protect your assets in there, and that place goes down, you lost all those coins regardless of their perceived value or not. But if you move those stuff to your hardware wallet, right, where you could like literally stick anywhere in the world, you're still going to have the 1,000 coins, right? Now, they might still be worthless, but you still have the coins. You still have the actual thing. That's the thing that bothers me is like these exchanges need to open themselves up to some sort of regulation to provide some sort of support to their customers, right? Because the purpose of these exchanges is to allow people to trade these coins very easily, right? Man, this is so bad. Secretly funneled 10 billion into his girlfriend's account. Crypto is child's play. In comparison, what goes on with the states and the nation's Powerball mega games are even worse. This is honestly a good point. Like, for example, that $2 billion Powerball winning. What, you would like maybe walk out of that if you were to have won that with $500 million, $600 million at the high end? Like, it's brutal. But yeah, if you want to learn how to get out of debt and master your money so that even if you were to face like a bad financial situation like this, you're not completely destroyed because you have no debt, go down below or go to 40inbox.com. This is just super sad.